So I'm Tom Gaumond. I own G2 Insurance Services. My primary role is really, working with customers mostly on the commercial side, but also quite a bit on the personal line side, and then also kind of handling a lot of the backroom requirements, accounting and payroll and all those sort of fun things. Originally, I was actually licensed as a senior in high school because my dad owned an insurance agency at the time, and my brother and I helped him out for the summer, so he had us go get licensed. Now, of course, I didn't want to be in insurance for the rest of my life, so I didn't let that license continue. And then I came back and started with him in 1999. I got licensed again. And then we went together and formed our own agency. We formed G2 Insurance in 2004. Well, owning a business is great because you get to make a lot of decisions yourself. Sometimes not great because you get all the responsibility on top of that. But I think the best thing I like about just owning G2 and owning a business is all the interaction I get with other business owners, clients. Helping them understand, helping advise them for them to make good decisions about whether it's their business, their personal life, helping their kids understand that getting licensed, all those different things. The insurance industry, we've got a number of problems. We don't really advertise ourselves in what I think is the appropriate way. We have a lot of agents that I think are unfortunately not as informed as they should be. And when I look at competition, when I look at the people that I consider my peers, those independent agents are the ones that are, they have to deal with a number of different companies. They really have to understand their coverage. They tend to have a lot more, continuing education than the average agent. So I really look at it as a something of pride. We're not just a one-stop for one company or one thing. We deal with a lot of different things. Probably the biggest problem that we have or that we find is, more often than not, it's people are pushed to buy insurance based on the price. So as a result, they don't spend much time really at all getting educated on what they're actually buying. And it's really not any one part of it. It's just, what are the next steps? Something as easy as a claim for me which is second nature. I know all the things that I would do. I know all the things, how I would handle it, how I would advise a client. But I'll have, business owners or attorneys or doctors, people who are very intelligent people call up and say, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. They've never gone through it, luckily for them. So that's probably, it's kind of like, well, yeah, I know I buy it, but what am I supposed to do? What are the next steps that I should be informed about, and how does it work? I think, when you're looking at insurance agencies, if you're looking at, not counting some of the companies that are just big companies that are doing everything over the phone, we do everything local. When you call us, you're going to get a live person. When you have a question, you have a comment, you have a concern, you're going to deal with your agent. It's not, a different person each time. So compared to a lot of the larger national companies that they want everything to go through an 800 number and who knows where you're calling, that's a big difference. And then I think when it comes down to dealing with a lot of the local agencies, if you do have a local agent who is giving that same type of service, I think a lot of it comes down to the education that we and our staff go through on a regular basis. We don't just meet the minimum for what you have to do for continuing education, which is essentially 12 hours a year. I'll take at least 20 to 30 hours a year and try to stay informed because everything changes all the time. And so if we don't do that, by default, you're going to start falling behind. So we do a lot of education for everyone in the office. The one thing that I wish everybody understood is, I hate to harp on it, but those big agents or those big companies that advertise all the time, all they talk about is price. And it's obviously part of a major purchase for everyone, and it's a very important part, but it has to be considered with all the other things that you're looking at. Insurance is there to protect your biggest investment. It's there to protect you if something goes horribly wrong and you get dragged into a lawsuit. And if you're just going to look at the price, well, then you might as well go eat at fast food restaurants every day because it's the same as going to a steakhouse, which clearly it's not. And I know insurance is not something you can tangibly eat and taste the difference or something. But yeah, I really wish people understood that buying insurance should be about value. It should be about finding the right fit for you, so that you're not just, relying on a TV ad that's funny that tells you can save money by, spending a couple minutes doing it. Well, aside from spending time with family and, going to kids' soccer games or dances and that sort of thing for my daughter, my favorite hobby is golf. I get a limited time amount of golf here in Wisconsin, so I try to take advantage of that as much as I can.